Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about the overall market. So yeah, we're down 100% and crypto is dead. No, but seriously, CMC or CoinMarketCap is having a massive glitch right now. It's pretty much all over the place. XRP is like at 83 cents on here, almost 84 cents. We see Hex actually the number 4 coin, which I think is funny. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's obviously a major issue going on right now. So don't fear, don't panic, everything is all good. So let's actually talk about some stuff in terms of the overall market. Let's actually talk about a few things in general. So first and foremost, let's actually start with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the big player right now. And I'm actually going to be talking about the current cycle as well as the past cycles and really get into that. So with that being said, let's actually go to the daily chart and actually look what's happening. So first and foremost, we are ranging on that 200-day MA. We really want to hold this, but I don't see it holding fairly much longer. I think that we come down and retest maybe 44K again. Hopefully it holds. If not, I'm targeting 42K on Bitcoin. Nothing too crazy. I said it a little bit of time before, saying, hey, we could see a major dip. It would play out perfectly just in the 4-year cycle, similar to the 2017, 2018 bull run, even going back to the 2013, 2014 bull run. So nothing is too concerning overall. Should we be worried? Should we be scared? Absolutely not. Should we be panicking? Nope. Should we be listening to everybody on Twitter saying that we are in a bear market? Absolutely not. I do personally love to see the fear and greed index though, because I actually have been looking at this for a long time now, and now we are in fearful levels. I actually said yesterday that we could see, us back into somewhere around here. And we did see that. Obviously, this is an exciting time for a lot of people to get into some cheap altcoins, but it's also a very, very fearful time for a lot of people too. Now, overall, I think that this dip is nothing too concerning, realistically speaking, especially even going back to the past cycles all the way up to 65K. Those patterns will play out perfectly in time, but this is roughly about a 19% of a drop, which isn't too concerning. We've seen 19% all the time in the past as well. Now, something concerning for me personally would be like a 50%, or even going down here to like 52%. Even going off of the top up here, I think it's like roughly 60% of a dropping point to the bottom down here. So, something like that would be concerning. This isn't too worrisome. I said that we could see a 40% correction on altcoins, especially even XRP. We actually got that. So in terms of XRP, let me turn on everything. So in terms of the overall dropping point on XRP, we got this nice drop. It was roughly about 36% almost. And I said that we could see 40%. Everybody called me a clown. They called it FUD. Totally fine. I don't really care what people say. It's just the overall market cycle. It's the structure that we do have. And we cleared out some nice support. And we retested the 200-day MA down at like that 91-cent zone. So that was very interesting to see. And now we are in this chop zone around $1.05 to $1.15. And it doesn't look that great, right? This looks very bearish in a sense on a short-term basis. And I'm not saying sell your XRP now or anything like that. I think that even Bitcoin looks fairly bullish or bearish, even though it is on some nice support. It looks like it's about to break the 200-day MA or trail with it downward. And we are ranging to have a death cross here, as everybody wants to call it, within the 50 and the 200-day MA itself. But the interesting thing about Bitcoin right now as it's trailing is that Bitcoin dominance is actually around this nice chop zone. And we are actually below a resistance point and trading on a nice support zone as well. This is a nice chop zone that we're trading in sideways a little bit. And I do think that until we see a broken line above resistance here at 41.2% or break down below 40.68%, we won't see too much momentum. Now, I just want to express the fact that we are at lows going back to May in terms of the overall Bitcoin dominance chart, which I officially think is very good for us. And I also want to just say right now, In terms of Bitcoin ranging here, I think if we could get Bitcoin back to rally states while Bitcoin dominance is ranging here, I think that that would be very good for our altcoins. But it's going to take some time. And you might be wondering, well, why would it take some time? Well, it's very simple. So as we see altcoins kind of doing this bearish momentum, some doing some bullish momentum. I don't know if coin market cap is going to let me refresh. But some altcoins, and I know that this is very glitchy, but like Solana, they're still fairly green. Even HBAR, which is my #1 holding, is very, very bullish right now, and it is showing strength against Bitcoin. But the thing is that I think that this is going to last a little bit of time, and it will probably last a few weeks, because even if we go back to the weekly chart and we zoom in on even the 2017-2018 bull run of September, which I know that I've talked about this now a little bit of time, but it is also good to look at in terms of how long this actually lasted. So from the topping point to the overall bottoming point, which we could go off of this, but we could actually just go off of the final bottom point. It was about 21 days. So where would that put us in terms of where we are at now if we do follow the same 21-day structure? Well, it's fairly simple to see. Let's actually move up here. So from the topping out point, which we are on the 1 weekly basis, a 21-day pattern from the current one here, which would be right there, would actually put us about at the end of September. So it's September 27th. Which I think is fairly good. I think that that is actually a fairly good state for us, especially considering the fact that after that, it's basically upward momentum back into the all-time high plus. And now that takes a little bit more time as well, because from that bottoming candle at the 21-day zone, so we'll go off of the 21-day and go to the topping point, it took about roughly 84 days or 12 bars. So 84 days, 12 bars, and let's actually see where that would put us from this zone here. So 84 days, it would roughly put us at around December 20th again. Wow, isn't that kind of funny how literally that is pretty much the time period that I've been mentioning for a fairly long time in order for us to top out? It's almost as if we are following the same market structure. I don't know, you tell me. But the lengthening cycle is a little bit lengthened, right? Because the topping out point was actually on December 11th. Isn't that funny? But we are actually lengthening that cycle just by 9 other days. Now, if we actually go to Bitstamp, we could actually look back to even the 2013-2014 structure. And if we look back here, let me come down here, and let's actually address what happened back in September of 2013-2014. Again, look at that nice 37% of a dropping point. And how long did this take? Well, roughly from the bottoming out point. Actually, we could technically go off of this bottoming out point, but this was the bottom candle. It was roughly about 35 days. And then off of that 35-day candle to the topping out point, which was here, it was roughly about 56 days. So it actually got shorter in terms of the time zone on this one compared to what we are actually seeing up here, because this was in, so let's actually zoom out a little bit. So this was 35 to 56, and if we go back to Coinbase, 35 to 56, this was actually 21 to 84. So this lengthened a bit, the dropping point, but this actually got shorter, and this actually got longer. So the pump was actually more in terms of an increase in percentage, but it actually decreased in the percentage. It just pumped a lot more and a lot longer. So it actually took a little bit longer to get to those points. So I don't think necessarily it's going to be a higher pump on Bitcoin this year. I think that's going to take just a little bit more time. But what does that mean for XRP? So as we range kind of sideways, we could get some better buy-in zones. As we do range until September 27th, which would be about here. And we could see if this actually plays out perfectly. I'll actually mark on the chart a little X here so we can keep track of that. So overall, if we are playing off of the 4-year cycle, we could pretty much expect XRP to pretty much repeat the overall 2017-2018 bull run. We could actually go to Bitstamp just to see that fully as well. This was roughly about a 2,000% of an increase in price. And I do have the secondary one up here to 2,078. Now that was just a little bit of an increase in price, but off of this bottoming out candle to the actual official all-time high, which was $2.84 on some exchanges, it was roughly about 2,910% of an increase in price. And we actually see alts actually increasing in percentages opposed to Bitcoin decreasing, as we do see XRP back here in 2013, 2014 did a 1,024%. So overall, we can kind of expect from our current prices about roughly almost a 2,500% of an increase in price, but I think that we go higher, right? I honestly think realistically if we get to $30 plus, which would be roughly about, let's go here, which would be roughly about 3,000% of an increase in price, which I think is pretty easily done in crypto. We see that all the time. I think that we could go a little bit higher and maybe top out at $35, but I think that this is more so a clear picture. I'm not going to be getting too greedy in terms of my XRP. I'm going to sell some and take some profit, which I think everybody should, but I'm not going to tell you guys how to live your life. I just think that this is actually fairly easily achievable, especially if we are following that same 4-year cycle, which Bitcoin seems to be doing to the T. So overall, I don't think that we are in a bear market. I don't think that we are bearish or anything like that. We are seeing some glitches happening. We're seeing Bitcoin dominance kind of range here. We also see Ethereum kind of ranging in a nice support channel, nice chop zone similar to XRP. We also see even Ethereum dominance kind of ranging here a little bit, not topping out, not doing really pretty much anything. This is on the 1 week. Let's actually go to the daily and look at this. So we do see it's kind of ranging in a nice chop zone as well. Now the only two concerning factors that I have currently within the current market structure is the dollar gaining traction, which we do see it kind of hitting some resistance here. If it breaks out, it breaks out. We also see the indices really kind of trading volatile. I'm going to keep you guys updated on these throughout the week. I'm going to actually be watching these very closely tomorrow. But I do think that XRP is ranging to have a massive bull run, especially considering the fact that, I mean, crypto looks like it's playing in perfectly with that 4-year cycle. So with that being said, I'm going to be watching XRP throughout the week because it is very important to watch in regards to what is about to happen, because this actually does look fairly bearish in the short span time, but I think long term it looks extremely bullish. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.